Okay, so, hi, welcome to my office? We're still figuring out the vibe here. But anyway, I wanted to talk about becoming a CPA in New York. I know, it sounds like a whole thing, and like it kind of is, but it's also not as insane as it sounds. I feel like whenever I've looked this stuff up, it's either super vague or like written in a language that only a robot would understand. So I figured, why not just break it down? Like actually talk through it step by step as if we were just sitting here, drinking our iced coffees, trying to figure out our lives. So that's what this is. This is literally just a step-by-step guide on how to become a certified public accountant in New York. No fluff, no weird jargon I have to Google later, just the steps. Because sometimes the hardest part of doing something big is just knowing where to even start. It's like trying to clean your room when it's a total disaster. You just stand in the doorway like, well, I guess I'll just live in the trash forever now. But if someone says, okay, first, just pick up the clothes, it suddenly feels possible. This is me telling you to just pick up the clothes. We're going to go through everything, from the school part to the big, scary exam, to all the little annoying paperwork things in between. It's a process for sure, and it takes time, but it's not this big, mythical beast. It's just a series of things you have to do. And we're going to go through them one by one. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's just figure this out. Okay, first things first, we have to talk about school. I know it feels like it never ends, but this part is actually super important. So New York is kind of specific. They want you to have 150 semester hours of education. And I know what you're thinking, because I thought it too. Wait, isn't a bachelor's degree like 120 hours? And yes, it is. So you need that extra 30 hours. A lot of people get a master's degree to fill that gap, which is honestly a pretty straightforward way to do it. It's like, you're already in school mode, might as well just keep going, you know? But it's not just about the number of hours. They're also like very particular about what classes you take. It's like when you're ordering a really complicated coffee and you have to be super specific. You need 33 semester hours in accounting courses. This has to cover financial accounting and reporting, cost or managerial accounting, taxation and auditing. You can't just like take intro to accounting 10 times. They want to see the whole range, which makes sense, I guess. It's kind of like building a foundation. You need all the different pieces for the house to not fall down. And then, on top of the accounting stuff, you also need 36 semester hours in general business courses. So this is your business law, your finance classes, economics, management, all that good stuff. It's basically everything that surrounds accounting. Because you can't just live in a world of spreadsheets, even though sometimes that sounds kind of peaceful. You have to understand the whole business context. So the main takeaway here is, get your 150 hours. And while you're doing it, make sure you're checking off all those specific accounting and business course boxes. It's like a scavenger hunt, but for college credits. All right, so you survived the 150-hour education marathon. What's next? Oh, just a casual little thing called the Uniform CPA exam. This is like the main event, the boss level. It's this huge 4-part exam that everyone in every state has to pass to become a CPA. It's not a New York-specific thing, it's the thing. The 4 sections are auditing and attestation, business environment and concepts, financial accounting and reporting, and regulation. It's a lot of acronyms, I know. It sounds like a secret government agency. Before you can even sit for this beast of an exam, you have to register with the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy, or NASBA. You'll submit your transcripts and all that fun stuff to prove you've met the education requirements, or are close to it. Once they approve you, you get this thing called a notice to schedule. This is basically your golden ticket. It's what lets you actually sign up for a specific exam section at a Prometric testing center. And you have to pass all 4 sections within an 18-month window. It's a little bit of pressure, not gonna lie. It feels like a timer is constantly ticking in the background of your life. Honestly, studying for this is a whole lifestyle. People use review courses like Becker or Wiley, and it's just hours and hours of lectures, multiple choice questions, and simulations. It's a grind. You basically say goodbye to your social life for a little while. Your brain will feel like it's full of numbers and rules, and you'll dream about depreciation methods. But the feeling of walking out of that testing center after passing your last section, I can only imagine it's like euphoric. It's the moment you know all that sacrifice was actually for something. It's the proof that you can do the really, really hard thing. So you passed the exam. You're a genius, a legend. You feel like you can do anything. But wait, there's more. Of course there is. Now you have to get actual real-world work experience. New York requires 1 year of relevant work experience. It's like they're saying, okay, cool, you're book smart, But can you actually do the job? And honestly, fair enough. Experience is where you learn all the weird little things that no textbook could ever teach you. All the unspoken rules and the office politics and how to fix the printer. This isn't just any job though. The experience has to be supervised by a licensed CPA. So you can't just go work at a smoothie shop and say you manage their books. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't count. The work has to be in accounting, attest, compilation, management advisory, financial advisory, tax, or consulting services. It's a pretty broad range, which is nice. You could be working in public accounting at a big firm, or in the accounting department of a private company, or even for the government. The key is that your boss, or someone who is supervising you, has that CPA license. They're basically your mentor, your accounting Yoda. They have to verify your experience, signing off on the fact that you did the work and you did it competently. This is super important because it's how the state board knows you're not just making it all up. This 1 year is where everything you learned in school and during your exam studies starts to click. You see how the theories apply to actual companies with actual problems. It's where you go from someone who knows about accounting to someone who is an accountant. It's a pretty big shift, and it's honestly just as important as the exam itself. Okay, we are getting so close. You've done the school, you've passed the monster exam, you've put in your year of work. You'd think that would be enough, right? But there's one more little test you have to take. It's the ethics exam. Because, it makes sense. You're going to be a CPA, a certified public accountant. The public part is a big deal. People have to be able to trust you with, their most sensitive financial information. You have to be a good, ethical person. Or at least you have to know what a good, ethical person would do in a tricky situation. So, for this step, you have to pass the professional ethics exam administered by the AICPA, which is the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. It's an open book take-home exam, which sounds super chill, and in some ways it is. But don't let that fool you into thinking it's a total breeze. It's not about memorizing facts. It's about understanding principles and applying them to weirdly specific scenarios. It's all about professional conduct, independence, integrity, and objectivity. All the big, important words. You're basically proving that you understand the rules of the road for being a CPA. You know what you can and can't do, where the lines are, and why they're there. It's to prevent you from, doing anything shady. It's the final check to make sure you're not just smart, but you're also trustworthy. It feels like a small hurdle compared to the CPA exam, but it's the one that officially says you're ready to be a part of this profession and uphold its standards. It's like the final pinky promise to the entire accounting world that you'll be cool. This is it, the final step before you can actually call yourself a CPA. It's time to apply for your license. And yes, it involves a lot of paperwork. It's like the universe's way of giving you one last administrative headache just to make sure you really, really want it. You have to submit your official application to the New York State Board of Public Accountancy. This application is basically a summary of your entire journey. It's where you bring everything together. All your hard work, all your proof, all in one neat, or probably not so neat package. You'll need to gather all your documents, and I mean all of them. We're talking official college transcripts sent directly from your school to the board. You'll need the proof that you passed all 4 parts of the CPA exam. You'll need that form we talked about, the one signed by your supervising CPA, verifying your 1 year of work experience. You'll also need to provide the certificate showing you passed the ethics exam. It's a whole pile of paper and digital files that represents years of your life. It feels very official and very serious. Once you have everything together, you submit it all, along with an application fee, of course. There's always a fee. Then you just wait. And waiting is maybe the hardest part of this whole thing. You've done everything you can possibly do, and now it's out of your hands. You just have to trust the process and wait for that email or that letter in the mail. It can take several weeks for the board to review everything and approve it. You'll probably check your email 1,000 times a day. But then, one day it will arrive, the approval, the license, and you're officially, for real, a CPA in the state of New York. So, you got the license, you framed it, you put it on the wall, you took 1,000,000 pictures of it for Instagram. You're done, right? You've conquered the mountain. Well, kind of. The thing about being a professional in any field is that you have to keep learning. The world changes, rules change, technology changes. So to keep your CPA license active in New York, you have to do continuing professional education, or CPE. It's like school, but forever. It sounds daunting, but it's actually not that bad. Basically, every year, you have to complete a certain number of hours of CPE. In New York, you either have to complete 40 hours of CPE in specific subjects, or you can opt for 24 hours concentrated in one area, like auditing or tax. It's a way to make sure you're staying up to date on everything. You don't want to be the accountant who is still using rules from 1998. That's how you get into trouble. You also have to complete 4 hours of professional ethics every 3 years. They really want to make sure that whole ethics thing sticks with you. You can get these CPE credits in a million different ways. You can go to conferences, take online courses, attend webinars, or even go to in-person seminars. A lot of employers will even pay for it. It's not like studying for the CPA exam all over again. It's more manageable, more integrated into your actual work life. It's just about being a lifelong learner, which is kind of a good thing to be anyway, right? It ensures that your CPA license isn't just a thing you earned once, but a standard of excellence that you maintain throughout your whole career. It's the final piece of the puzzle, the one that keeps you sharp forever. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole journey. I know it sounds like a lot when you lay it all out like that. And yeah, it is. It's a commitment. But it's not impossible. It's just a series of steps. You get the education, you pass the exam, you get the experience, you do the ethics thing, you apply, and then you just keep learning. It's a marathon for sure, not a sprint. And there will probably be moments where you want to just give up and go live in the woods. I get it. But breaking it down like this, I hope it makes it feel less like some giant scary monster and more like a checklist. A very long and sometimes annoying checklist, but a checklist nonetheless. Each step is something you can focus on and accomplish before moving to the next one. You don't have to think about the application paperwork when you're still trying to pass your first exam section. Just focus on what's right in front of you. That's how you get through anything big in life, I think. So if this is something you're thinking about, I hope this helped. I hope it made it feel a little more real and a little less terrifying. You can totally do this. It takes work and patience and a lot of coffee, but it's doable. Follow these steps and you'll be on your way to becoming a CPA in New York. It's a huge accomplishment, and if you're even considering it, that's already pretty cool. So, yeah, you got this.